Check, check. Hi, everybody. We're getting going here. Formal presentations are going to start here around 3:45. Right now, we are getting ready to start loading the items in the time capsule, if you would all like to see that. So, come on back here, where the flags are. As the time capsule is getting ready, and Paul, I think we're going to go ahead and start, right? The donors. The donors that have their names on the time capsule, you'll be the first to put into our time capsule. So please come up and join us underneath our flags.
Welcome everybody to the bicentennial celebration. Today is going to be the raising of the Key West, City of Key West flag.
Okay, Paul's got to get his rum in first.
And we're going to have
it should age good, Paul. It better. Yeah. He's got a subscription there. Enjoy this rum. We made local with love.
So again, welcome to the festivities.
50 years, it should be pretty good.
Obviously. Let's go and check out the time capsule. So we have
that's how you do it.
Rising of the flag ceremony, as well as a time capsule that's going to be unearthed 50 years from now.
They should have a letter to put in to the time capsule.
So let's see if we can get you guys closer to the time capsule.
Thank you.
Won't be around in 50 years. I go ahead and go over here. Just go right over there. They're going first. After Miss Ann, we're going to go. She has something right there. All right, you three boys.
Thank you.
All right, you three. Grayson, stand right there. All right, listen, you gotta give, all right, give Ryan, yes.
I got my fifth ambassador here, Raphael.
All right, there you go. All right, you three,
stand right there in that
to the
corner.
back. Okay.
You can do that.
All right,
Wait.
HOB.
Oh, I thought she said.
Kids here.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, just go right up there. And
Here's the superintendent's letter.
do I go here?
Oh,
okay.
all
do you
right.
want him just to go on that step?
Drake, yeah, he can just stand right there and put it in. Yeah, go ahead. You three can go with it. You two, stand right there. All right. Drake, you go ahead and put yours in.
See, this is all the schools.
All right, Johnston, tornadoes. All right, come on, plantation. All right, tornadoes this way, and we will let plantation go on up. Coral Shores, you come on this side. Coral Shores.
Come all the way from Coral Shores, come down here.
All right. All right, excellent job, PJ.
So guys, over here we have a time capsule. Hey! Hi. That is going to be open in 50 years from now. So we have a lot of the schools putting down letters and little artwork into the capsule.
All right, go ahead.
one human fan. And you're, I saw, yeah, there it is. There it is.
Here's the proclamation. 22 years ago, the city of Key West and Monroe County both adopted the words "one human family" to be the official philosophy of both the island and the county. The message is that, like fingers on a hand, we are all a part of each other in unity, equality, and diversity.
The speaker just before was JT, the official creator of the motto One Human Family. And Paul Menta is the one putting the items into the time capsule.
I mean, I've seen it, but I never paid any attention to it.
Paul from the first legal rum distillery.
My primo's here.
Hey! It's a glowy.
Hey, Mary to Johnston. Need you, Mary? Come on up there. Hey, Commissioner. Greg, Clayton.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah. Well, if you got the mask, you need hand sanitizer. Yeah. Bear's here. Police and fire back here as well. Sherry, you want to say anything while you put that in there?
Should I follow the time capsule?
There you go. Senator Rick Scott is here.
If I tell this guy, I'm gonna hit 100 people.
We have more room here, Paul. It's tight. We love this. Fill it up.
Well, none of us are, but we have to win that.
The piece of the wrap. West being a symbol of freedom and hope for the people of Cuba.
West is a symbol of freedom and hope for the people of Cuba. 1958. All right, well, Paul, I mean, we're gonna put the lid on now, or what?
I think
We're getting cooked.
yeah. I think we'll as everybody moves away, it's very heavy lid, so we'll have everybody move out front.
If I can say something, everybody, please. This whole event, this whole process, the theme of this is our kids. Our kids are our future. Where's that together? Listen to the back. These kids that we're looking at right here, in 50 years from now, they probably will replace us. And hopefully we'll do a good job like we have, and even better job. To keep our ocean clean, keep our island clean, and keep the spirit of Key West alive. It's a lot of responsibility for everybody here. You are. So we have something here for you. Just bear with me 1 second. The timing was really great. We'd like to thank you all for coming out. to unlock this. You're also going to need a Bible song. And on the inscription beside the fountain on the side, it states, "You are the future. Our keys are in your hand." And we all thank you very much. Can we please have a round of applause for all 5 of us?
guys those. This was the time capsule that we're going to see again tomorrow evening at the Truman Waterfront Park for the big festival. So welcome. If you're just joining us, welcome to the 200th anniversary of Key West, all the bicentennial festivities. So we'll have the raising of the flag coming up, just like it was 200 years ago. And you just saw the time capsule dedication with our mayor, Terry Johnston. We have Governor Rick Scott here. I think those guys are going to sit under the tent over here. And we'll see if we can find a nice spot to stream the ceremony that's coming up. I guess we'll go over here with all the other tripod guys.
Want to thank Craig Verrubi. He was the sculptor that did the time capsule. Thank you, Craig. It's pretty awesome.
Everybody meet Terry.
Hello.
All right. This might be a little better.
But your main one is virtual, right?
Oh, we'll work with it.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. So guys, I sure hope we are still live. I know I can see the bonding is code is sending data, but as always with a Key West event, the cell towers are saturated, which means I can't see the control stream on my phone. So YouTube doesn't connect to anything, no matter what I do. But our encoder is going strong to YouTube, so I hope you're all there. I just can't read your comments. And if you're just joining us, so welcome to the bicentennial celebration here in Key West. We have a time capsule over here where we had our mayor put some items in there. We had JT, the creator of One Human Family. We had Governor Rick Scott. We have Paul Menta from the First Legal Rum Distillery. We have lots of the school kids putting little envelopes and little items in the time capsule that is going to be closed and sealed and reopened 50 years from now. So is our 200th time capsule.
Her, yes. Tell her to come over here. Chloe. Yes. Yes. No, don't. There's a story about it. It's cool.
Over here we have the QSTIA cuties in action. Hey! I did not know you were CIA.
About to retire from being one. It used to be a whole lot more fun. We got a new director who's very serious.
Oh, I see. I did not know. I've never seen her.
So I'm retiring after the parade.
Good afternoon.
Oh, here we go.
Media, 7 radio stations here, of course. I'm also your voice of the Congress, and it's a great honor for me today to be your MC
Here as we celebrate our 200th birthday. So, happy birthday, all you conks. I don't know about you, but I don't feel a day over 178. Davila, nothing? Clayton was here that first day. It was 200 years ago today that the Navy planted the American flag here at Key West. And then right after that, the real estate prices went through the roof. That was good, right? Okay. Anyway, we're so glad to have you with us here today as we celebrate our 200th anniversary, our bicentennial. And to get us started, please welcome our wonderful mayor of Key West, Terry Johnston.
Thank you so much, everyone. And I would like to officially welcome all of our distinguished guests and visitors, and most importantly, our locals to this day, because it's all about them, really. I'd also like to take a moment to thank Paul Menta, because I don't know if you've seen him buzzing around here, but this has been a labor of love for Paul, and he has created such an event with very few people, and it's just been a labor of love. So please give Paul a round of applause. What a milestone it is for our community to celebrate 200 years. When you think back over our 200-year history, you have to describe Key West and the people of Key West in 3 words: hardy, resolute, and resilient. And this is all a credit to the unique and diverse people who have always called Key West home. So let me tell you about a few of them. Jefferson Brown, who studied law while he was a lighthouse keeper, later became the Chief Justice of the Florida Supreme Court. Ellen Sanchez, a teacher, composer, accompanist, musician, and godmother to 20 people, wrote the beautiful Isle of Key West. Sandy Cornish, who fiercely defended his status as a free man, later established the Cornish Chapel at the AME Methodist Church. And Mario Sanchez, Key West's most celebrated folk artist, chronicled Key West from World War I through the Great Depression with his wood carving. Roosevelt Sands Sr., who shaped the civil rights movement in the state of Florida, was also a star catcher for the Key West Coconuts, the former Black League. And Wilhelmina Harvey, Admiral of the Conch Republic Navy, elected to the County Commission and the school board, but she was also the first woman to ever serve on a jury in the city of Key West. Over our last 200 years, they have not been without tests of the human spirit, starting with the disastrous hurricane of 1846, which destroyed pretty much all of Key West, and was followed 40 years later by a fire that damaged 18 cigar factories and 614 homes and government warehouses. At one time, our economy in Key West was wrecking, salvaging, sponging, turtling, salt manufacturing, cigar rolling, and shrimping. But after the Great Depression, it has been tourism that has defined our economic future. We have lived through many times from rags to riches and back again. In 1830, Key West was the wealthiest city per capita in the United States, and we stayed prosperous through the end of the 1880s. But our fortunes changed, both for the good and for the bad following that. We had the Great Depression of 1930, the completion of the overseas highway, a steady stream of disruptive hurricanes, the Great Recession of 2008, and most recently, a global pandemic in 2020. And through it all, we are still here today. And I would like to tell you that in 2022, we are having the most prosperous year that we have had in our 200-year history. Now that's what you call resilience. We are a haven for talented people from around the world, and poets and writers like Judy Blume and Ernest Hemingway, Shel Silverstein, Robert Frost, and Elizabeth Bishop, to unbelievable musicians like Coffee Butler, Cliff Sawyer, and Robert Albury. Actors and artists, treasure hunters and philanthropists, all are drawn to Key West. World leaders have shared our island, like Harry Truman, John F. Kennedy, and Dwight Eisenhower. And we have fond memories and stories of our homegrown athletes, from Vic Albury to Bronson Arroyo and Randy Sterling. Politics have always been a conversation and a source of entertainment for our locals, including a feisty mayor who's sitting here today, who in 1982 succeeded from the United States, thus creating the mighty Conch Republic. It took us 100 years to elect our first female city commissioner, Lena Johnston, in 1927, and another 70 to elect our first female mayor, Sheila Mullins, in 1997. And throughout our 200-year history, architecture has been a sense of pride throughout Key West, now boasting of the largest wood-frame historic district in the United States. Many of these historic structures were built between 1886 and 1912, and they were heavily influenced by our Bahamian and our Cuban ancestors. In the 1970s, the LBGT community renovated scores of dilapidated Victorians, and it is estimated that over 70% of the homes in Old Town were renovated by the GLBT community. Our population blossomed from under 10,000 in the 1880s to where we are today at 26,400 people. The trait, however, that defines Key West is our compassion for our fellow man. For 200 years, we have welcomed the world onto our island to be part of our one human family. We should be proud of our heritage and of our future. And if you think the first 200 years were impressive, just wait until the next 200. So happy birthday, Key West. Thank you all for joining us here today. And it is now my distinct pleasure to introduce our next speaker, an officer and a gentleman, Captain Mark Sohani. Thank you.
everyone. What a fantastic day for a historic celebration. Welcome, Senator, distinguished guests, and wow, we do have a lot of guests here today. Happy you could be here for this. I want to especially welcome our Bahamian neighbors who, well, they left their tropical paradise for this tropical paradise. Good call. It is my honor to join you today to represent 200 years of the Navy in Key West. There are so many historic Navy milestones in this city, and they all started before Florida was even a state. John Simonton, who had purchased Key West from a Spaniard, wrote a letter to the Navy in 1822, emphasizing the value of the island as a strategic base. Why? Pirates. So the Navy sent Lieutenant Matthew Perry here aboard USS Sharp to survey the island as a potential port. Lieutenant Perry landed here 200 years ago today and raised what is considered the first U.S. flag on the state's southernmost island, right here where we stand. Lieutenant Perry's recommendation to the Navy about Key West led to Commodore David Porter and the Mosquito Fleet arriving a year later to establish the first Navy base here. Porter and his men built the first Navy building on the island, right over there, the Custom House. Yay! Commodore Porter called Key West the Gibraltar of the Gulf because it guarded the deep water route between the Atlantic Ocean and the Gulf of Mexico. Under Porter's command, piracy was nearly eradicated in one of the world's busiest shipping channels. The historic moments don't stop there, folks. There are a lot to cover in 200 years. So I'm going to take the next 2 hours or so and I'm going to talk about each and every one of them. Just kidding. But hey, there's a lot to know and so much to learn. Like in 1860, when USS Mohawk and USS Wyandotte captured illegal slave trading ships, bringing over 1,000 Africans here to Key West. Yep. In the Civil War, when Key West was the lone southern port not under Confederate control, that proved critical at enforcing the Union's southern blockade. The sinking of the USS Maine in 1898, whose crew had been such a vital part of this very community. In 1917, the first naval flight from Key West, only 6 years after the Navy began its long history of naval aviation. Go Navy. The incredibly tense Cuban Missile Crisis, and today, the world's finest naval air station, home to all of our military services. Those moments in our history are bonded by one thing and one thing only: this community. Conks, the many generations of native Keys residents, deserve our thanks for their loyalty. Like the Navy, they're steadfast in their customs and traditions. I mean, so steadfast that they successfully seceded from the United States. As we know it, it only lasted a couple minutes, but today I have to say I'm glad no one is hitting me over the head with stale Cuban bread. In all seriousness, though, the citizens deserve our thanks for their alliance with the military. And I'm saying this on behalf of all the armed services here in Key West. We recognize that our close relationship is unique. It's unlike any other place in the world. We strive to be good neighbors and contribute to this community in which we live, work, play, raise our families, and develop lifelong friendships. It's our honor to celebrate those who came before us and establish this long-standing southernmost union of military and community. I think Lieutenant Perry, who had a long, distinguished naval career, would certainly appreciate, one, that we're still here serving this great nation, and two, that we're doing it with the great citizens of this city, county, and state. We're not done yet, folks. The Navy and this community have much more in store. Another 200 years, at least. We raised the American flag today in recognition, and we thank Lieutenant Perry as he declared this island U.S. territory. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for our national anthem. It is now my pleasure to introduce our next guest speaker, District 5 County Commissioner and friend, Holly Rashad.
Isn't that an awesome flyover? Let's give them a round of applause. Good afternoon, Key West. How's my hair? A little bit windy. Well, what an exciting day. I mean, it's hard to really encapsulate what an amazing day this is. And where's Paul Minta? I know he's running around. Where's Paul? Paul, where are you, Paul? You got to enjoy this day. This is your day. He is a doer. You want legal rum distilleries in Key West? He's going to make it happen. You want a 200-year anniversary celebration? He's going to make it happen. Paul, round of applause for you, man. So incredible. And the fact that he and his committee, his very esteemed committee, incorporated our schools. I am a proud tornado mom. Drake Thomas, where are you? Drake? Oh, he's right there. He's actually where he should be. Amazing. These kids are going to be alive in 50 years when they take off the top of that time capsule and say, wow, I was here. I stood at Mallory Square on March 25th, 2022. And it'll be interesting to see what has become of their lives and what has become of Key West and what has become of our nation and our beautiful great state. And so I had to highlight that. And we all, especially you locals, have many, many good memories of the city of Key West. Some of us don't remember some of our memories, and some of them perhaps should be forgotten. However, it is a magical place. It has been an honor to represent the city of Key West in different capacities. And I know I'm the northernmost commissioner, which is strange, but it's good. And I've got my cohort right there backing me up. So excited to be serving with Commissioner Pro Tem Cates. And I think I can speak for our next speaker, which I'm so honored to be able to introduce. This man is all about service. He's served our country in the Navy. How appropriate that you're here, Senator Scott, surrounded by your naval family. He lived the American dream. He is a self-made man, a proud American. He was our governor for 8 wonderful years. He loves the Keys. He loves the city of Key West. I brought him down here on a number of occasions, and we have benefited so much by his service. And Governor Scott, I'm used to saying that, excuse me. And Senator Scott, we couldn't thank you enough, and we are so, so proud to have you. And with that, come on up. Let's celebrate the city of Key West.
Thank you, Holly. I just wanted to say it's wonderful to be here. Before I was governor, I came down here as a tourist a lot. This is the most wonderful place to come to. I'm going to be coming down here next month as a tourist. I'll spend as much money as I can to keep the economy going. We're going to bring our 8-year-old grandson. We're going to go to the Dry Tortugas. So we're going to try to enjoy everything down here. But one of the things I enjoyed, because besides all the tourism, is how resilient this place is. Irma hit about 4.5 years ago, and Key West came back faster than almost any place in the Keys. You were up trying to fix everything, cleaning your streets, doing everything. You did an unbelievable job. You sent somebody right to Tallahassee with Holly. She did a great job. She made sure we got all the resources down here to make sure we continue to improve the Keys, and you can't thank her enough for what she did. You've elected wonderful people. The entire time I was the governor, I got to work with wonderful people here at the city and at the county level, and your sheriff has done a great job. I've been in the Senate 3 years. It's a different place. I'm on armed services, so I get to try to work hard to make sure the military in Key West continues to do well. But congratulations for everybody for your 200th anniversary. And like all of us, we all hope to be here in 50 years to enjoy, open up the time capsule. Have a great day.
Thank you, Senator Scott. And with you here in the audience today, and I'd like to speak for Dennis Wardlow real quick. When we seceded all those years ago and then immediately surrendered, we're still waiting for reparations from the government. How much did we ask for, Dennis? We're still waiting for it. There you go. Thank you, Senator. It's so great to have you here. Holly, Captain, wasn't that a great flyover, folks? That was just absolutely awesome. Carlos Menace could not make it here today with us, but his main person is here with us, Nicole Raposo, and she is the deputy chief for Congressman Carlos Menace, and she's going to present and read the congressional record on our 200th anniversary. Nicole?
Good afternoon, Key West. As someone who's been lucky enough to call Key West home once, it's a distinct honor to be with you today on behalf of Congressman Jimenez. And what a wonderful reason to celebrate. I brought with me today a flag flown over the Capitol congressional record submitted by Congressman Jimenez. The record reads, Madam Speaker, I rise today to commemorate the 200th anniversary of Key West, Florida. The island's rich history and culture has made it an exquisite destination for millions around the world and in our great nation. Throughout the last 200 years, Key West has remained resilient and has always taken pride in its early entrepreneurship, labor force, and culture. What is now Key West was originally incorporated as Thompson's Island. Early on, Key West was designated a port of entry. Within a few years, it transformed into an active city, attracting merchants, shipbuilders, politicians, and others working in the pursuit of success. In the 1830s, the wrecking industry expanded and became the main trade for the island. Today, the island is known for its biodiversity, historic sites, beaches, tourism, and rich culture. I commemorate the contributions many over the course of the last 2 centuries have made to propel and expand Key West. Exploration, entrepreneurship, and hard work have allowed the island to be what it is today, a unique treasure for our state. It is an honor to join the South Florida and Conch community in celebrating this grand milestone. Key West has played a significant role in our nation's history and continues to exemplify the best of our great state today. Happy 200th anniversary, Key West. Congratulations to all of those who have contributed to our island and made what it is today.
Thank you, Nicole. Appreciate that. Okay, before we bring up our next speaker, we have so many great delegates here today, and we have a great crew from the Bahamas back here. Thank you guys for coming. We're going to hear from you soon. I do want to thank the Spotswood family. You know how busy we are here at Key West these days, and very tough to get hotel rooms, and the Spotswood family was incredibly generous, and for our Bahamian delegation, they were put up at the Marriott Beachside this week by the Spotswood family. So thank you. All right, let's keep it moving, and let's bring up Clayton Lopez, City Commissioner.
Thank you. You know, I want to give thanks for the many blessings we have here in Key West on this, our bicentennial. We are rich in culture, rich in natural resources, and rich in our history. I wish that Augusta Davis Sands and Sarah Saunders Clare were here today. They are my great-grandmothers, immigrants from the Bahamas. I wish that Wilhelmina Clare Sands and Evelyn Richards Johnston were here. They are my grandmothers. I wish that they were here because the city and their parents decided to raise their family is celebrating its 200th birthday. They came from the islands of the Bahamas to the island of Key West. And there, generations of my family flourished. As a proud American of Bahamian and Cuban heritage, I'm grateful to them and to this city as our family lineage continues here, where no plot of land anywhere on God's earth has contributed as much to our combined history as our beloved island. I want to thank Paul Manta and all of the committee members who made this day possible. With that, I want to ask my friend and colleague, County Commissioner Craig Cates, if he'll join me up here, and I'd like to ask my friend and our current mayor, Terry Johnston, to join me up here as we acknowledge and welcome our friends from the Bahamas. Go ahead.
Before Clayton introduces our wonderful people from the Bahamas, which is so special because, as Clayton is, I have Bahamian roots too. My grandfather is actually born in Rock Sound, Luthra, and my grandmother's family are from the Bahamas, and my mother's family is from Cuba, which so many Key West families are Spanish and Bahamian, and that's what's really a huge factor in what Key West is today. And I always say Key West is so welcoming. It's one of the most welcoming cities in all the world, I believe, and it's got a lot to do with you can only get to here by a boat at one time, sailing boat. So anybody that came to town, if you were helping, you were good, you were welcome. If you weren't, then it didn't work out so good for you back then. But anyway, and then we got a good chief of police that takes care of that now. So anyway, it's a wonderful city, and I want to thank everybody for being here. I want to thank Paul Mentor for putting this together and everybody involved in it. And for the Bahamians to be here, because our sister city of Green Turtle got hit very bad by Dorian, and then Key West came together with Key West Cares and raised $500,000 for our sister city. it was amazing, and it was a very proud moment for me and our community. And everybody, the whole community came together, all the commissioners, so many individuals. But Paul was right there leading the pack, and we can't thank him enough for promoting this city. So again, I'm very honored to be here, and thank you all for being here.
Okay. Excuse me. Like to bring. I don't know how do you come back from that. With us from the Bahamas, we have we have Devani Russell. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Miss Tanya McKenzie. Miss Natel Russell Brown. And Mr. Kenvin Jones, who will do a presentation and introduce each one of them for their presentation.
Key West. The Bahamas is in the house. And Greendale Key is in the house. We are so pleased to be here. But just before I get started with my speech, I have with me a team from Abaco. As you know, we were devastated with Hurricane Dorian, but we'll get into that later. But now we have with us what was already. I also have my lovely wife, Sister Jones. Now, men, y'all. Okay, now we here. We having a wonderful time today. Am I right? All right. So, coming to present a plaque right now in recognition of the thanks that Key West has presented. It comes from the Prime Minister's office. Will be Sister McKenzie. Give her a hand as she comes.
Our lives would not be the way that it is if our history wasn't the way that it is. As we look towards our future and the 200-year anniversary of the settlement of Key West, we must reflect on the past. To reach the point that we are at now, we must acknowledge the many great minds that has contributed to our civilization. These remarkable people have influenced the way that we have lived in many ways more than one. Their efforts has led us to life-changing situations that we find ourselves in now. A pleasant good afternoon. Please allow me to stand on the protocol that has been so ably established. It is my great honor to bring remarks to this celebration on behalf of the Parliamentary Secretary in the Office of the Prime Minister Abaco and the Member of Parliament for North Abaco, the Honorable Kirk D. Cornish. A friendship that is born out of a common interest is one that is forged in steel. The communities of Key West and Green Turtle Key have been intertwined in this most beautiful way. Key West and Green Turtle Key are known to be sister cities. They both had their economies based in the art of wrecking and fishing. In the 1700s, people from Green Turtle Key would sail to Florida Keys for fishing. When it was no longer profitable in the Bahamas, scores of Bahamians settled in Key West looking for better financial and economical opportunities. It is said that Bahamians from Green Turtle Key were the first to set up an actual civilization throughout the Keys. In 2019, the Category 5 Hurricane Dorian made landfall on the island of Abaco and left death and devastation in its path. It interrupted the easygoing lifestyle that Abaconians were accustomed to. The life we knew would never be the same. However, out of an abyss came a ray of hope, a helping hand, and an essence of true friendship surfaced. That sister city was now on display. When the government could not reach its people, the city of Key West was one of the first, front and center. They sent many supplies that were greatly needed, and they did not think twice about it. They made sure that even the basic needs were met. Efforts as such should never go unnoticed. As I look around today, I realize how much we appreciate the community of Key West. Many times we rely on each other for support to make it through the tough times. Key West has never let us down. They were the support that we needed during that time. To everyone that has been a part of that journey, I would like to wholeheartedly thank you and express our sincerest gratitude. We would like to present you with this token of our love and appreciation, which states, presented to Key West, Florida, in the celebration of your 200-year anniversary, from the Office of the Prime Minister, Abaco, Bahamas, presented March 25th, 2022, by the Honorable Kirk D. Cornish, Member of Parliament for North Abaco, and the Parliamentary Secretary in the Office of the Prime Minister, Abaco. Thank you.
This is a very special day for us, absolutely. The Bahamas are so close to us, and it's such a beautiful community. They live on an island like we do. But I'll be remiss if I don't say one quick thing about Senator Scott and Governor Scott at the time, what he did for Key West after Irma. He was here 3 times helping, seeing what we needed. He said Key West needed to get open because Key West is Florida's happy place. He did everything possible to get us open, and we'll be forever thankful to him. I'm not going to finish. I guess we'll be waiting. Okay.
All right, Key West, I'm back again. As you know, we are so grateful, like was said before. As you know, my able secretary at our office, our local government office, where I serve as a council member, Mr. Brown, she was always instrumental in trying to make sure everything is right, as you can see now. And so, just in front of the people of Key West, I want to thank you, Lady Brown, for a job well done. As I began, protocol already been established. You know, I'm one of those speakers who believe that speaking from the heart is the key. And so, one good conversation by Linda Lambert, it says, one good conversation can shift the direction of change forever. And Key West, the conversation came with 2 wonderful people as they were sitting down and just discussing about what can be done to enhance, to make your Heritage Festival much greater. And also, that it would come to the island of Green Turtle Key, which is your sister city. And so I'm honored and humbled to speak to you today on behalf of the community of Green Turtle Key, your sister city protocol. It was some years ago in 1976, Alton Lowe, Betty Bryce, engaged in a conversation that later birthed the Island Rouge Heritage Festival, where the sister city can strengthen their bond within the community and reconnect with relatives. And so, with that being said, we all are family. And I want you to know, before I continue in the rest of this speech, that there is nothing greater than family. And so I want you to give yourselves a hand for just being family to each and every one that you come in contact with. Oh yeah, you know, I just have to let it go. I cannot begin to articulate the profound appreciation and gratitude the people of Key West for their overwhelming support to the residents of Greentail Cay in the aftermath of Hurricane Dorian. On September the 1st, 2019, Hurricane Dorian, a monstrous Category 5 storm, impacted not only the community of Greentail Cay, but also the entire island of Abaco. Although the scars remains, today we're able to gain hope quickly as we saw planes fly in from all over Florida, including Key West, that are now known, those pilots that are now known to the community as the Flying Angels. And I want you all to give the Flying Angels another hand, as they brought much needed supplies to the island. We extend sincere thanks to Key West Cares, the foundation who were part of the rebuilding phase of Greentail Cay. Our hearts extremely grateful to the visionary and organizers of this foundation. To the mayor of Greentail Cay, mayor of Key West, Terry Johnston. To the founder of Key West Cares, Mr. James Gilran. To the donors and organizer with Key West Cares, Mr. Robert Spotswood, who was so wonderful and putting us up, and we just want to thank you for what you have done for us. Mr. Paul Mater, and yes, I changed his name yesterday, we met, to Brother P. And so as you can see, he's moving around and getting things done. He was very instrumental in making sure we got supplies. And yes, he came over to Greentail Cay also. But before I go any further on this, I want to say something to you. The hurricane, we have visitors here, maybe don't know, but Abaco and Greentail Cay is one of our northern islands. And when the hurricane hit us, it was devastating. Many of us looked out and wondered what would be next. What would be our next move? But then Key West was a ray of hope. And so when you see a ray of hope, we felt much better in our spirit, seeing the most needed supplies that came to us. And we are grateful and we appreciate Key West. And so now I want to also say to the Key West team on Greentail Cay, yep, at this time I want to call Mr. Neil and Colleen Miles, because I want to tell them how much we are grateful and from Greentail Cay. Mellies. Now they have no clue what I was going to do, because as you can see, they're very shy. But I want you to know what you are looking at is a worker, someone who has transcended to Greentail Cay, him and his wife, has put his hand to the plow, and he continue even up to this day. The little that he have, he tries to do all that he can. So Key West, we are looking, we want to thank you for all your support as you continue, because they have so many projects that need to be done. And yes, we are in the process of revitalizing our heritage park that was damaged heavily. And with their help and your help, I'm sure we can do it. And so I want to thank them very much. And so on your 200-year anniversary, we want to say, the sister city, which is Green Turtle Key in the Bahamas, we love you and God bless you. And at this time, I want to present them with a token of appreciation. You know, we can't pay them, but a show of one thing, and they're going to take it out. I want them to take it out. They can put coffee in it and sit in the sunset and just drink away. Also, Ms. Terry Johnson. Yes, we didn't come empty-handed because you sure didn't flew to us empty-handed. And we just love you. We'll get it together. We'll get it. Ms. Johnson, can you come? Okay, these were handmade by a young lady, my daughter. I want to say something to you, that what we did, we wanted Key West to feel the island. So she took the sand from the beach in Green Turtle Key, as you can see on the bottom of it. And also, you can feel it, so as you drink whatever it is you want to drink today. And we also have the turtle. She drew the turtle, and as you can see, the wood depicts on the top. What it is the rebuilding stage that you have helped to rebuild Green Turtle Key back together and put it back together. So we thank you and we present you it. Okay, to Mr. James Gilliran. Blessings. Captain James Gilliran. Okay, you can take it out, take it out. All of us, we try to depict building, and we thank you for your support. We also want to thank Mr. Robert Spotswood, donor and organizer with Key West Cares. Mr. Spotswood, we really, really appreciate everything you've done. And as you continue to uplift us, we want to thank you once again, sir, for your contribution. To the organizer of the 200-year celebration, Mr. Paul Mentor, give him a hand. Brother Pete. Brother Paul, we picked this also for you, like was said earlier, so that you can feel the sand in Green Turtle Key. Handmade, just for you. Blessing. And he said, I know what he's going to put in it. Are you enjoying yourself today? Also, we have, Mr. Paul, could you come back, please, sir? Yes, sir. This is for your wife. All right. Okay, I knew something was. Okay, and also to Ms. Cates, who, former mayor, all right, was being instrumental, and as you can say, like he said earlier, he's a Bahamian. How many Bahamians we have in the house today? Don't worry, I'm not going to take up much more of your time, but I just want to let you know that we love you and we appreciate you, sir. And so also, he will be also receiving okay. Come on, Mr. Brown. Yep. This is the last one. Okay. As you can see, the photo that you see here, it is a piece done by a native of Green Turtle Cay, Miss Leanne Russell. And so, we thought it fitting to present something that represents sister. And so what you're looking at, this is Green Turtle Cay, a street that is named Key West in Green Turtle Cay. So I'm just going to give you a little highlights on it. The piece of Key West Street is a part of a series that completes after Doreen, the aftermath of Doreen, using artificial photos from the 30s, 40s, and 50s with the current photo of New Plymouth, overlaid in the same location. The piece shows the progression of time, the impact of the storm, but also as a Key West street, a glimmer of hope. The piece shows two boys, the older brother towing the younger home at golden hour, more than likely after a long day of play. This scene resonates with any resident of Green Turtle Cay. Even after the storm, children are still playing, and the sun continues to shine on us. The sound of children laughter and the warmth of the sun, they are our source. It's our source of normalcy. The Key West Street pays tribute to our sister city, the hope that you brought to us in our darkest hour. We thank you, Key West, for what you have done. And on behalf of the people of Green Turtle Cay, where I serve as council member, we congratulate you on your 200th year of Heritage Festival. Thank you very much. Okay. What we are well known for also in the music section is John Canoe. John Canoe is in the house. Give them a wonderful hand, and I can see there are young people. John Canoe.
to another great 200 years.
Guys, we'll be back tomorrow with another stream for our bicentennial festivities here on the island tomorrow evening from the Heritage Festival at the Troon Waterfront, but we'll have more streams in between. We have a backstreet bike ride later tonight if the weather allows, because we're kind of getting some clouds and stronger winds here, so stay tuned for a second stream later tonight. And of course tomorrow we'll have our usual Captain Tony's music stream at 2:30, followed by an evening stream tomorrow for the Heritage Festival. Out at the Troon Waterfront, that's where the time capsule will be. Time capsule that you see over here, that everybody here has contributed to. And there's going to be a drone firework tomorrow as well. Drone fireworks tomorrow evening at 8:45. So stay tuned for more. And we'll be back later tonight if you want to see some of the Key West back streets. Take care, everybody, and I see you later.